Good evening. On behalf of Fenway Sports Group and the Pittsburgh Penguins organization, it is my honor to welcome you to Celebrate 68, a long-awaited and very much deserving tribute to one of the greatest hockey players of all time who wore the Penguins uniform for 11 spectacular seasons. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Jagr night in Pittsburgh. Let's welcome our special guests, including several members of the Penguins Stanley Cup champions, some of whom traveled over 4,000 miles to be here. First of all, let's welcome both the Los Angeles Kings and the Pittsburgh Penguins on their respective benches. I'm so glad you're here to watch this. Let's also welcome Fenway Sports Group Chairman Tom Werner, the Penguins President of Business Operations Kevin Acklin. In honor of his father, Michel Briere, whose jersey is also retired and hanging up there, we have Martin Briere here. Jaromir's girlfriend, Dominica, and his mother, Anna. It's so great to see you again, Anna. Please help me welcome these former members of Penguins management, the winningest coach of all time in the National Hockey League, and of course a Stanley Cup champion twice with the Pittsburgh Penguins, a total of 14 times. We want to get him to take a picture with 14 rings on his 10 fingers. Scotty Bowman is here. Let's also say hello to Eddie Johnson, the man who brought Mario Lemieux to Pittsburgh. The man who taught Jaromir Jagr how to shoot a wrist shot, Rick Kehoe, is here. Longtime player and chief scout Greg Malone is here, as well as Penguins general manager Craig Patrick, the former GM, Hall of Famer, who brought us Jaromir Jagr and also 2 Stanley Cups. And now, help me welcome these friends and former teammates of Jaromir Jagr, John Sebastian Obad, Matthew Barnaby, Jaromir's fellow countryman Robert Lang, the big defenseman who still makes his home here in Pittsburgh, Francois Leroux. Fellow countryman of Jagr's, Gary Slager is here. And the indomitable Tyler Wright. Now help me welcome these members of the 91-92 Stanley Cup champions. Starting with the old 2-9er, Phil Bork. John Callender is here. The big man, Jay Caulfield. One of the heroes of the second round series in '91 against the Washington Capitals from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Randy Gillen. 4,000 miles away. That's how far he came from. Yuri Hrdina is here, the mentor. Grant Jennings. Big Red Troy Loney. Joe Mullen. Mike Needham, Ward Roberts, Shel Samuelson, Paul Stanton, Peter Taglianetti, and Ken Reagan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the former alternate captains and captains of the Pittsburgh Penguins. First of all, man who was a tough customer and pound for pound, he was a warrior, Randy Hillier. One of your favorites, Jack Lambert on skates, Ulf Samuelson is here. The big RT Express, Kevin Stevens.
6 years old, so I came there, and anybody knew I don't speak English. I was the first guy who, from Europe ever played for Pittsburgh. So they were treating me like I was their kid.
Happy birthday, Yags.
I had so much fun. I never had that much fun ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, Jack, all right, happy birthday.
I lived the life in Pittsburgh. It was just perfect.
Johnson shot, save, rebound, score! Jagr gets the goal! His first National Hockey League goal. Jagr, nice move around red center to the backhand. Lets it go, he scores!
That was probably the greatest goal I ever seen.
There is Jaromir Jagr. 2 years in the National Hockey League, two-time champion, 20 years of age.
To play for. It wasn't like just get the cup.
Yeah, do you think someday you maybe remember to be retired in Pittsburgh?
And that someday is today. And now on this night filled with nostalgia, there really is only one voice that should bring Jaromir Jagr back onto the ice here in Pittsburgh.
Number 68, Jaromir Jagr.
Pittsburgh Penguins and our fans. Craig Patrick was 7 months into his reign as the Penguins' new general manager. He had hired 2 legends, Badger Bob Johnson to coach the team, and Scotty Bowman as director of player personnel. And at their very first draft, Craig demonstrated his worldview of our great game, pulling some strings behind the scenes to catch a distant rising star and capture all of our imaginations. Little did we know that that star would quickly become a bona fide superstar.
Speculation going upstairs right now with Bill Waters and Bob McKenzie as to who you're going to select. You're going to select right now for positioning.
No, we're simply going to pick the best player available, and we know we're going to get them together. We're pleased to be picking fifth. At the draft, everybody was interviewing Jagr. All the top teams were interviewing Jagr. And Jaromir told all of them he wasn't coming over. When we interviewed him, he said, "I'll come right away." He idolized me when he wanted to play with the Penguins.
The Pittsburgh Penguins select from Kladno, Czechoslovakia, Jaromir Jagr.
That was a monumental moment, not only for the Pittsburgh Penguins, but for those of us who were involved in the draft that year, a monumental moment in our career. Jaromir just was that iconic a player.
You have to know the makeup of this young man when he first came. I mean, he was fit, strong as an ox, and was built to play hockey.
Number 68, Jaromir Jagr.
And Johnson shot, save, rebound, score! Jagr gets the goal! His first National Hockey League goal.
When he first came in, he didn't speak a word of English, and he had a tough time.
you know, he adapted, but it was hard at times.
Dig it out, dig it out. That's right. Oh, big play. We're just gonna rotate the arm around. Oh, yeah, he's gonna pick things up by watching that call.
Jagr was getting homesick. There weren't any other Czech players. He was 18 years old. Craig and Badger both know they didn't do something to help him.
There's a good-looking Yuri Hrdina. Big reason, besides the fact they feel he's talented, 32 years of age, former captain of the Czech national team. They feel he'll help Jaromir Jagr adjust.
You could tell he was down in the dumps. But bringing in Yari Hrdina, he had no other Czech player on it, just for the language. Never mind everything else of understanding the coach, understanding our locker room. Because he was able to overcome those and come out the other side, I think it made him a better person and a better player.
Jaromir was coming from a different culture, different language, but he's playing a sport that he loves. And that is universal.
Jagr right through in front of the net. Look, with these moves, he scored! Another good move by the 19-year-old Czech sensation.
He came into an unbelievable spot where he had mentors and he had players that he could learn and watch from, and wanted to be as great as those guys were. And obviously, even still playing to this day, he was able to accomplish that.
When the Penguins won the Stanley Cup, I can remember words of Kenny Danico. Who is this guy, Jaromir Jagr?
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, Jack, right, the
When he jumped on the bandwagon, because he would take over games, take over series, Jagr did the same thing. And I can remember clearly being on the bench going, holy moly, giddy up, let's go. 68's going tonight.
Trying to work around Brent Sutter, does. Comes in around with another man. Comes in the slot, turns with a backhander. Jaromir Jagr ties it with a big one. Oh, puck up, Dano.
Penguins were down in that game and came back, and that was the series right there. Chicago was not going to be able to recover.
Oh, that was probably the greatest goal I've ever seen. You know,
I gotta like Jagr.
Jaromir Jagr, 2 years in the National Hockey League, two-time champion, 20 years of age.
I just want to say, I'm so happy I can play in Pittsburgh because we have a good team and we are the greatest fans. Thank you.
And he looked at me and goes, winning Stanley Cup is easy. And that big smile came on.
First time I saw Jaromir Jagr was when he arrived at the airport in the summer of 1990. Like everybody else, I remember being amazed by his 18-year-old physique, especially his lower half. Penguins' new assistant coach, Barry Smith, looked at me and said, look at the power train on that guy. That was his polite way of saying he had a prodigious backside, one that protected pucks quite well for 24 seasons. Jaromir was definitely built for speed and power. That's what 1,000 squats a day will do for you. The next day, when I took him shopping at Ross Park Mall to buy some jeans, I realized he was just oozing with charisma and personality. You know, he doesn't speak English at that time, but he spoke a universal language, and that was that big smile and a twinkle in his eye. Hockey fans will always debate who's the greatest player ever, but one thing that is not debatable, Jags had the greatest mullet of all time.
The amazing Mr. Jagr was a phenom for a whole bunch of reasons.
From the hair, to the clothes, to the fast car, you're kind of like, this kid's cool. I wish I was that cool when I was his age.
It's hockey night in Pittsburgh.
Go on, let's
I'll try it. It's hockey night in Pittsburgh.
It is hockey night in Pittsburgh.
I worked as a reporter for KDK TV as well as an announcer for the team, so I had requested that I could spend some time with Jaromir Jagr. You know, we went to Ross Park Mall, which had recently opened, and I just know that I was there to just kind of see how he would react to the culture.
What size is that?
He doesn't know, he can't see.
Okay.
Paul Steigerwald took him shopping, and all he wanted were blue jeans and blue jeans jackets.
Yeah, it's nice blue jeans. Yeah, that's chambray and denim looks nice together. Yeah, that'll look great.
The
thing that struck people most about Jagr, though, was his personality. He captivated the city with his youthful, unbridled enthusiasm for America.
We want your autograph too. What is that?
I like metal. Metal? Metal. Like who? Any band? Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi?
And the next thing he did, he bought like a hot rod car. And it was sort of legendary how many speeding tickets he got.
How fast has it been going?
How far? Big car?
Yeah.
Well, the point. Big fire one.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, I tried a couple of times. I don't tell anybody.
One time I was in his car, he said, hey, throw this in the glove box, and then pop it in the glove box. He easily had 50 speeding tickets in there. It's just like, it was like a jack in the box. It's like,
My fun story, or my fun side of the story is he managed to get a Trans Am. 3 days later, the Trans Am is dead, the deer is dead. He tells me that story and I just crack up. Big Brian, car is dead, deer is dead, everything is dead.
Right around the corner. There he is. Happy birthday, actually. Hey, you know what? I was just thinking.
Right now you're on my favorite station. Work Channel 11.
His mother made sugar buns. He brought a dozen of sugar buns down with a glazing on it, with an icing on it, covered with honey. I mean, it's like eating pure sugar to lit me up like a Christmas tree. And he ate like 8 of them. His spaghetti, sprinkled sugar on top of it, with honey, and there goes that sugar fix again.
back in the day when all your fan mail came to your locker, and boxes of Kit Kats started arriving. Because people find out he likes Kit Kats, that's his favorite American chocolate.
Some people send me some Kit Kat. I had over 1,000 Kit Kat home. I eat it all.
That's how beloved this guy was. He had a bit of a cult following, almost Elvis.
He can't get enough ice time, whether it's on his shoes or on his skates. He's the last guy off every day in practice, too.
On morning skates, he'd stay out there for an hour. And so it got to a point where we'd have to go and kick him off the ice. You know, the Pittsburgh fan base and the city, they love the athlete that works hard. That's why the fans love him.
The first European ever to win an NHL scoring title.
2 years in the National Hockey League, 2-time champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Art Ross Trophy winner from the Pittsburgh Penguins, it's Jaromir Jagr.
Jaromir Jagr.
The amazing Jaromir Jagr.
One of the most exciting players in the game of hockey, Jaromir Jagr.
There was the on-ice specialness of this type of player, but also he had a certain persona that was so unique, so different, and just fun.
I always tell the story at his birthday party, and we had some guys who were married, so they had to go to it. And I was single at the time, and I went to it. It must have been 900 people. I think it was 875 girls.
Happy birthday!
We became very close. We sat on the bus together for 5 years, and he's the only player that a phrase that I use is from a player.
Face off one by the Penguin. Lemieux right side to Jagr. He shoots and scores. His second goal. 10 OB cultural calls cigarette too. He smoked them like a bad cigar.
He's just one of those guys, you know, every time you saw him, just smile, dominating the hockey world. You know, he's charismatic. He just had that attitude. He's a fun-loving guy. So everybody kind of bought into that.
We brought him in the studio and had him record weather. All these different lines. Partly cloudy, partly sunny. It's going to rain. It's windy. All in a foreign language that he didn't understand at that time.
And now the exclusive WDVE Jaromir Jagr weather forecast. Jaromir weather.
I'm Jaromir Jagr of Pittsburgh Penguins. Today's is weather. Church of snow. Icy conditions. Today is high temperature. 35 degrees. Tonight is low temperature. 30 degrees.
To see Jaromir enjoy Pittsburgh the way he did, you know, the culture, all that wonderful stuff that Jaromir kind of pulled us all together into the Czechoslovakian world is, you know, and the joy that he had, you know, just didn't ever go away.
Jaromir is a national icon in his homeland. Not only is he a living legend, he's a playing legend, still playing pro hockey for his hometown team that he owns at the age of 52. He won 5 scoring titles, including 4 in a row from 98 to 2001. He won a Hart Trophy, 2 Stanley Cup rings with the Penguins, and he connected the Lemieux era with the Crosby era. And for most of the last 40 years, the best player in the world has been wearing a Penguins uniform. How blessed we are. In the late 90s, Jaromir literally kept the Penguins alive. The Penguins were in bankruptcy. Mario was in the stands with his son Austin on his lap when Jagr scored the tying goal with a couple of minutes to go and the overtime game-winning goal about 4 minutes into overtime to force a Game 7 against the heavily favored New Jersey Devils. The Penguins won the series, and it was arguably the most important assist that Jaromir ever made for Mario because it kept the spotlight on the Penguins during a critical time when the Penguins were going through bankruptcy proceedings. We literally needed to have another series to keep the fire burning. That's Jaromir Jagr's legacy. And if not for the fact that the hockey business was headed for big trouble in the early 2000s, we'd like to believe that Jaromir Jagr would have played his entire career right here.
The Penguins seem to have two Michael Jordans.
The Penguins had a boatload of rock stars.
We had Reggie, Croft, Samuelson, Francis. We had all these guys. But Jaromir, you can see the next superstar.
I'm Mike Emmerich. A marquee matchup between these two teams. Marquee players as well. Who was the best player in the first game?
No doubt, Mike, with 2 goals and the best assist you'll see in a playoff game. Jaromir Jagr, at only 24 years of age, was terrific. How about that?
We were very close. Chemistry was unbelievable. Was certainly one of the best I've ever played with.
It's a Mario night in Pittsburgh.
Lemieux, 66, will hang forever above the Civic Arena or wherever Penguin hockey is played from now on.
Obviously, things changed and Gino was still here. He became the guy.
I can tell you that although I retired, Pittsburgh still has the best hockey player in the world.
He took the team on his shoulders when Mario retired, obviously became the captain of the league.
That will go down as one of the great highlight goals of all time.
Got him on the right side. Somebody comes inside. Score! And he smoked him like a bad cigar.
Jagr was different.
He just had the ability to be able to dominate. I mean, that was his craft.
Playoff experience, Jaromir Jagr leads the way in this current group with 105 games under his belt, not playing in the 106th.
There has, for better or worse, always been a roller coaster with Penguins hockey. The team filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
The team can play its last game after 32 years today. That will be linked to the distant future, now the immediate.
Jaromir Jagr actually sensed it. They needed to win to keep the Penguins in Pittsburgh.
I got injured my first game. I think my groin. It was so tough. I didn't skate for 10 days. You know, I had nothing to lose. It was probably the biggest game I played in my hockey career. Of course, he played Stanley Cup final. It's a huge, but you know, to play a game when you have to win, or the franchise is gonna move. You know, it's a pretty big game. I'm not gonna say that.
You know, believe it or not, over the past 20 years, there's only been 3 winners of this award. Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, and this man. For the 3rd year in a row, he has proven himself to be the league's dominant player.
was the best player in the league.
This is the National Hockey League, ladies and gentlemen. Jaromir Jagr.
Well, he's going to try and win it 4 times in a row. Only 3 others have done that.
His 4th Art Ross Trophy in a row. Please welcome one of the most exciting players in the game of hockey, Jaromir Jagr.
Even though he played for so long and played for a lot of different teams and had unbelievable success.
Drinking from the fountain of youth at the age of 45.
When somebody says Jaromir Jagr, I think Pittsburgh fans.
What a play by Jagr. Jaromir Jagr. Oh, I'll tell you, he made that look easy. Standing ovation for Jaromir Jagr here at the arena.
There are not many things that are forever, but that is.
And now let's bring up the man who brought Jaromir to Pittsburgh, the architect of the 91 and 92 Stanley Cup championship teams, former general manager, Hockey Hall of Famer, Craig Patrick.
It was my honor to be part of the staff that brought Jaromir to this city 34 years ago. We had an idea that we were getting the best player in that draft, but I don't think we had any idea that we were getting one of the best hockey players of all time. And now, once again, is my honor to formally welcome him back home, back to Pittsburgh. On behalf of everyone that has ever watched you play, every member of the Penguins organization and every Penguins fan, thank you for all that you've done. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome back Jaromir Jagr.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
I gotta say, what a weekend so far. That's beautiful so far. I had a practice with the team. I was pretty good, let me tell you, I was pretty good. I had a dinner with the boys. Thank you guys. Today, all the highlights, videos, goals, even the hair, great memories. I remember my first coach, Bob Johnson, always said, today, it's a great day for hockey, and I'm gonna use it, I'm gonna change it a little bit. I'm gonna say today it's a great day for me. To be here with you, hearing the cheers. I don't even have to score. That's beautiful. That's never get old. But I'm honored. I'm honored that Pittsburgh Penguins owners, Pittsburgh Penguins organization, and President Kevin Acklin have decided to retire my jersey number 68. I believe the connection between me and Pittsburgh started a long time ago, and I always believe in God, and I always believe in higher power, and I always believe whatever we wish for, it's gonna happen. And when I was young, I was watching the TV, and there was one guy totally dominating the game, and he was better than the rest of them. And since that game, he became my idol, and I wanted to be like him. And I make a wish. I wish one day we play together. Yes, it was Mario Lemieux. And it happened, 1990. I got drafted by Pittsburgh Penguins. Thanks to Craig Patrick and Scotty Bowman and all the scouts. They put a great team together, all the superstars and all the legends, and we were playing such a great hockey. And end of the year, we won back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, and it was probably the greatest thing that happened to me. I would like to say thanks to Pittsburgh Penguins organization. They draft me and maybe recognize my talent, give me a chance and opportunity to play such a great game of hockey here in HL for such a long time. Thank you, Pittsburgh Penguins. A big thanks go to you guys, all of you. The fans. Fans in Pittsburgh, people in Pittsburgh. Since my first day, and when I got drafted here, and till the last day, I got traded. It was, it happened. I was 18 years old, and I couldn't speak English, and it was very tough for me. But you guys make it a lot more easy for me, and I really appreciate that. The whole 11 years I've been here, it was amazing, and I'm probably gonna say it was probably the best years in my life, so thank you for that. Thanks to you, I'm proud and happy to say that Pittsburgh Penguins is my second home. Thank you. Look at those guys here. Guys, I wouldn't be standing, or even other side, management, coaches. I wouldn't be standing here right now. I know that, you guys know that there's no chance, and hockey's a team game, and without the help, you got no chance to accomplish anything, absolutely anything. And I learned so much from you guys. Maybe you don't even realize it. I learned how to handle the losses. I learned how to stay humble when we win. I learned how to work hard. But the most important thing, what I learned is, if you want to win something, you want to play together. You have to play together, and that's what we did, and that's what we want. Thank you. I don't know if we have a time or not, but it's my day, so I should make it longer. I want to. you guys show me the respect to come here and be here with me. I just want to show you a little bit of respect back. And I was thinking how I'm going to do it, but I just want to read all the names. And I want to say thank you. And I'm going to start with thank you, Scotty Bowman, Eddie Johnson, Craig Patrick, Craig Malone, and the players. Already mentioned Mario. Thank you, Mario. Thank you, Ryan Francis. We probably played together more than anybody else. You were my center man. You were always there for me when I needed. Joey Mann, Phil Borky, thank you for everything you showed me there. You showed me at Pittsburgh. You showed me all the bars. You were partying and all, let me tell you. So is you, Kevin Stevens. Shell Samuelson, Olfe. Thanks, Olfe. Olfe asked me to say something nice about him yesterday. I was thinking all night. I couldn't think of anything. I couldn't. No, I'm just kidding. Olfe, you're a great guy. Thanks, man, for everything. And now we have the Czech connection. Here is Lager, here is Jürgen and Robert Lang. Thank you, guys. Paul Stanton, we started the same year, 1990. Peter Taglinetti, Gore Roberts, Troy Loney, my favorite left wing. I love to play with Troy. I love to play with Troy. You know why? He never wanted a puck. He just gave it to me all the time. Kenny Reggett, Jake Caulfield, Randy Hiller, Randy Kilhan, Grant Jennings, John Collins. And the young guys, Matt Barnaby. What a beauty. What a beauty. Mike Needham, Tyra Wright, Albin, Frankie LaRue, and Max Talbot. I never played with him here, but I know he's your favorite. I played with him in Philly, what a great guy. And I want to say a few names. They'll help me here, but they couldn't come. They couldn't come here, and it's very sad for me because I would love to see them. But my first roommate, Brian Trache, what a legend, what a great player. Paul Coffey, thanks Paul. He showed me how to work hard, and I really appreciate it. I had to ride the bikes all the time with him, every day. I didn't like it, but now I really appreciate it. Tommy B, Tommy Barrasso, Larry Murphy. Rick Tackett, my great friend Marty Straka, Mark Randy, Frankie Peter Angelo, and I gotta say the last name. He's not a player, he's not a coach, he's not a manager, but he was for me the voice of Pittsburgh Penguins, Mike Lang. I was talking to him yesterday. Thank you all, guys. I want to say thanks to Dominica, my girlfriend. She's too young to remember I played in Pittsburgh, but I told her all the stories, so don't worry about it. I want to say thanks to all the friends from here, from Czech, all the coaches in Czech Republic helped me a lot to play hockey I played. Thank you, guys. And the last thanks gotta go, and it's probably the biggest thanks. It's gotta go to my parents. I gotta say thanks to my dad. He passed away last year, but I know he's watching. He's watching for them. Thank you, man. Thank you, Dad. He never played hockey, but you know everything he said, it was right. It was right on, and I thank you for everything. And my mom, and you know, she moved from Czech when I was 19 to US. She was here for 10 years, and you know, I want to say thank you for everything you did for me. I really appreciate it. So, good night, enjoy the game, and I love you. I thank you guys.
Well, they say that age is not just a number, and for Jagr fans all over the world today, that number is 68. No one else will ever wear it. None of us will ever forget it. And it's time to send the number 68 up to the rafters where it belongs with numbers 66 and 21. Penguins fans, on your feet, and let's celebrate 68. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our ceremony. Jaromir, please head back over here to exit the ice via the Penguins runway. And fans, how about another round of applause for number 68, Jaromir Jagr. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got about a half an hour before warm-ups, so you're invited to stretch your legs in the concourse and stick around in the bowl for some great video content as we celebrate 68 and try to be back in your seats by about 5:25.